James Knight, and today we're going to talk about ranking videos, but not only that, but we can tell you a little bit about launch jacking. This is a method that a lot of affiliate marketers are making a lot of money, and I do this myself, where that basically a lot of them are what they're doing is they're finding what's coming up next. Be a ClickBank product, which is new. It could be an IM product. It can even be a CPA product. And we're going to just describe and tell you exactly how these affiliate markets are crushing this and making maybe $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day, and even more. And this is a method that you can do yourself where you could possibly make that amount of money in a day and hopefully quit your job, because that's really what we want to do is that if you're not doing this full-time already, we want to get you to full-time where that you can enjoy the internet marketing lifestyle, which a lot of us already enjoy. So today we have Chris Cole. Chris, welcome to the show.
Hi James, thanks a lot for the invite onto the show. It's fantastic to be here.
Fabulous, man. I know that you're crushing it right now. Right back there, you have a green screen, and that's where you can make these really cool effects. We were talking about before you really were getting successful, and what you basically were averaging how much a day?
Before I was getting successful, or
no, right now, because this was pretty quick for you too.
Oh, it's $300 a day, $200 to $300 a day is what I'm seeing now.
Fabulous, man. That's pretty much over $100,000 a year, and that's just basically how much time do you spend a day doing this yourself?
Well, realistically, if you were to apply and go through the full strategy, it could take you no more than 1 to 2 hours. I can do it in a quicker time span because I now have a system. And when I follow my system, I basically can do this very, very quickly. And I have it set up in such a way that it's like links in the chain. Once you do the first step, it leads into the second, and it leads in, to the next step. And it creates this affiliate promotion strategy that I use very, very quickly indeed.
Nice. So you're basically making the same amount of money as a lawyer. But what I was going to ask you, what did you do before? I mean, were you always a internet marketer that are making all this crazy money, or did you have some job that you didn't care about too much?
Well, James, I've had various different jobs in my life. I was a milkman, a local milkman out delivering milk from 3 a.m. from door to door in the rain. And then after that, I progressed on to being a construction worker. And again, that's out in the cold and the wet. I would come home at night with sore knees and sore back. And, I was always thinking to myself that there has to be something out there. There has to be something better for myself. So I would come home at night and I would get to the computer and I would spend hours, every waking hour that I had, I was on the computer, and my wife would be shouting at me, what are you doing on that stupid computer? You shouldn't be there. You're never going to see success. But I knew in my heart that there had to be something out there and that I could crack some way. And I persevered and pushed and pushed. Every day I had to get up again and go back to work and go back through the same grind, the same cold days, the same sore knees, and keep doing it. And I stuck at it until I eventually found a system that worked and worked very well for me.
Very, very nice. I'm going to tell you, but what's very interesting is that Chris knows cold. Chris, can you tell us, everybody, where you're from?
I'm in Ireland. I'm in the north of Ireland. So we see a lot of wind and a lot of rain and a lot of around about zero temperatures quite a bit of the winter. We don't go sub-zero like the Canadians might, but our weather here, it bites in. It gets very, very cold.
Very, very nice. Folks, the reason I asked Chris where he's doing this is that I'm trying to explain that you don't have an excuse. Okay, a lot of you guys have really awesome internet connection. A lot of people, they're doing this out of India, Pakistan, Germany. I mean, a lot of places. Some places that are spotty internet connection, and they're making $200, $300, $400 a day doing these methods that even Chris mentions right here. But so don't tell me that you can't do this. He just basically learned this, and he does it daily for an hour, 2 hours every day. So you have no excuse. But really the key to this is that you have to learn what Chris does for that hour or 2 hours a day. That is the magic bullet really here. And this is what you're going to do, because by now you have to understand that you have to have a system. Right, Chris?
That is totally right. And if you get a system, find something that works, it's a matter of following that system religiously and just sticking to it. Maybe tweak a slight bit just to see what works, what makes you more money and what doesn't, but stick to your core system and work from that.
Very cool. You were telling me something that really cool. What you do with your launch hijacking, really. Can you tell me a little bit about launch hijacking a little bit and how can you can promote anything really that you want?
Okay, the system that I have, although I personally focus on the internet marketing niche because I enjoy the internet marketing niche, this will work in any niche. Should it be ClickBank, the good abs, or should it be get healthy, or whatever, you can follow the exact same system. And I actually discuss going from product creation, where you maybe go to the likes of Monchai, ClickBank, CB Engine, or any of these networks, and look for products that are generally, I like to look for the up and coming products, ones that are about to be launched, because there's a big buzz starts to happen about these products, and if you get involved in that buzz, well then that's the time when there's the big rush across to the search engines and people are searching for product name review, product name, is it any good, and that's where you want to feature basically, with your reviews, having already got your hands on the product and done a thorough product review on it.
Very cool. Chris, a question real quick. When you do see a product, and maybe it's not launching maybe until a month, when do you start promoting it or trying to get it out there before anybody else gets out there, so that you get your foothold maybe on YouTube or Google? I mean, for example, say something's coming out, let's say Fat Loss Factor is coming out a month, which I promote personally, and their payout's around over $30 every time they grab it. What do you suggest on that?
I personally would look at getting my first wave of stuff already out there, getting my review blog set up, getting my articles listed, getting them indexed. I would then start going down the line of my backlink, and I personally outsource this, but I would get my outsource guy to start the backlinks, start getting those wave of links going. I would then look at doing my different YouTube videos, and I don't just do one, I do several, and if I can manage to get hold of the product vendor, I will do exactly as you're doing now, James, and that's basically get them on the call and do an interview. I'll do my own personal review, I'll maybe do a walk through the members area, and I'll do a whole host of different videos, but I like to get in early and do this quite early off the bat.
Very, very nice. Everyone, Chris is a real good friend of mine, and I can vouch that he is really doing really well with this. And Chris, can you tell us about one of these launches that you made great money, about over $300? And can you tell me a little bit about it?
Okay, it's another Australian friend of mine. He basically let me know about his launch that was coming up on Facebook. I get in as early as I possibly could. I followed my core system in the promotion, and if I just switch tabs here, I made $313.87 to date. That particular promotion the whole promotion took me no more than 2 hours, and that also included the interview of the product vendor himself. That launched around about 2 weeks ago, and I'm still seeing sales coming in daily for this. So that 2 hours worth of work has made me the $313 odd, but the sales are still dropping in, which is a great thing as well, because when you have these assets online, they're generating you income forevermore.
Very, very smart, very smart. I was going to also ask you a question that really, and this is usually proven, once you get in there before anybody else, you're basically a rank faster than everybody else because the competition is low. Have you seen that for yourself?
Yes, and in some instances, I've seen pretty much me ranking within minutes of uploading my articles or uploading my YouTube videos. You go across the search engines and you search for your product name review or your keyword, and you'll be sitting there normally quite well. And in some cases, I've seen myself maybe dominating, and absolutely dominating the first 10 within Google for the product name, because obviously I've been in before the competition. I've started my waves of backlinks, my system's in place, and obviously I look at dominating the search engines for a launch.
That's real important. But folks understand that what he's doing is what a lot of marketers are doing. They're making $300, $400, $500, even $1,000 a day, some of them. And what they're doing basically is they do that to me even. I get maybe sometimes a couple hundred private messages a day, and basically a lot of times what the private message says is, "Hey James, how are you doing there?" Because I know what they're doing. They're trying to feel me out when I have my next launch. And then he says, "What do you have coming out lately? Do you have anything coming out?" That way, when I tell them what I'm coming out, they have a first to get in there, and that's really strong. And you know what? They can just totally crush it on any leaderboard. Have you seen that yourself, Chris?
Yes, definitely. I have seen that. One of the things that I personally like to do, just exactly what you mentioned, I like to keep an eye on the likes of Monchai and all of these different sort of launch boards, because I like to know what's coming, and I like to know at least a month in advance if possible, because then I can start to gear myself up and get myself ready for my launches. Get things positioned, because sometimes it's a bit of positioning, but uh, the more advanced warning you have, the better you can be prepared for any launches that's coming up.
Very nice, very nice. We were talking about showcase apps and really how we can use them very effectively in our own promotions. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, the showcase apps are a feature within Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts themselves, if maybe the viewers don't know that, they have an inbuilt edge or leverage element that you get with them. So when you set your keyword up and run your review via Google Hangout, you're going to get that leverage straight away. But one of the pluses or the added bonuses within the Showcase app, it's an app within the Google Hangouts, and you can then insert your affiliate link within the Google Hangout. And what this does is it shows images to the side in the sidebar, and it gives you a read more button, which is a live clickable link from within your Google Hangout, which goes across and through your affiliate link. Now the Showcase app, it also looks quite aesthetically pleasing, but not only that, as maybe your viewers don't know it, your Google Hangout also appears across within your YouTube account. So you have two instances of your Google Hangout straight away. You also have your Showcase app, and your YouTube video also features an annotation which drives people across to your Showcase app again. So there's multiple different methods for getting people to go across and go through your affiliate links.
Very nice. Folks, Chris is a wealth of information, and he basically outlines exactly what he does, where he's basically working a couple hours a day, making $300 a day. But what's nice about it is that the system that he has is basically the price of maybe an afternoon movie, really, where that you can, and I'm telling you, the system works. I mean, I use the system, and it usually produces money over and over and over. So you have to understand that by now that you have to understand that this is very easy to do. All you have to do is implement it. Chris, I was going to ask you, and I know that a lot of people are watching this, and I see it. I was one of them too until I started investing in myself. So by now you have to understand that there's always a devil on the side, and you know what? That's your enemy in this business, really, because he's the guy that actually keeps you being who you are, maybe working your crappy job, or really not getting ahead, or maybe understand that all you're going to have later in life is your Social Security, and it's not even that because the government spent that. See, buy ya, and that's really how it is. But the angel's looking out for you. He's your buddy. He's like really like like James and I'm your friend. I really care about everyone here, and the angel's going to say, look, you can do this. Invest in yourself. It's only $7. But I told you guys so the price, but it's even under there right now. It's under that price right now because I had to get Chris on here to give you that the sweetheart deal, the early bird price. But what we're trying to explain is that you can do this. But the angel's telling you, say, do it, do it, do it. Please do it. Let's help each other. I'm your buddy. But what would the angel also say, Chris?
The angel would say this is definitely possible. It's living proof that it's possible because you're doing it, I'm doing it, and many of the other sort of top affiliates are doing it. And really, at the end of the day, it's a proven system that we go through. What I've done is I've basically laid this out step by step, every step that I take, and I've also went further as well, and I've revealed some of my secret steps that I don't like to talk about within the course. There's other sources and other places online that I add my reviews, and this all compounds at the end of the day. I get more links out there, I get more affiliate links in more places than a lot of other people. So when people are searching for it, you get people that maybe, for example, they don't like video for whatever reason. So if they find an article rather than a video, they're going to hit that article. And of course, I'm going to have an article out there as well as a video. So it's definitely possible. It's easy to do once you get the system, and you can quite easily do this within 1 hour a day after your daily work, or you could fit it in at any point during the day.
Exactly. And if you're anybody like me, in the beginning, I did not want to be on camera. I'm just telling you straight off. I didn't want to be on camera. And sometimes I didn't even want to talk because, you know what, public speaking is one of the hardest things to do out there. And there's some people say that public speaking is in front of basically the fears of death, even beats death. So I'm going to also give a little, just a little golden nugget out there, is that when I was first doing this, and I was making a lot of money a day, I was like, wow, this works. It's basically because I took action, I kept on doing it, I didn't give up. What I would do is sometimes I would take a sales page, and there's a lot of times there's a video on the sales page, like the Fat Loss Factor. And what I would do is I would take Google Hangouts, I would share my screen, and I would push play. That video would run for 10, 12 minutes. I would put it out on YouTube and try to find something that's coming up. Don't try to, don't always try to market something that's already out there, because your best way is try to get out there before anybody else. You will get ranked before anybody else. You get a bunch of likes and comments under there, but also what's going to do, it's going to be towards the top. And a lot of times if you get that out there before your other people on Google, the video is going to show, and it's going to be like a billboard there, and you're going to keep making money over and over. Does that work, Chris?
Yes, it most definitely does work. One of the things that you've just mentioned about not being on camera there, one of the things that I talk about in the actual course, I talk about initially getting a product. Obviously, you need to get access to the product if you're going to review it, and writing up an article, basically just a simple article of your thoughts, your review, your opinion. And then what you can do, and this is a bit of a nugget here, is you take the same article, and you use this article everywhere that you go. So you take this article and you put it in a PowerPoint presentation. This PowerPoint presentation you then record and talk your way through your review without having to show your face if you don't want to. You can talk your way through basically the PowerPoint presentation and upload that as a video into YouTube, and hey presto, you haven't shown your face, you've delivered a thorough review, and of course you deliver your links at the end for people to go and click. But obviously you can do a lot more, and the more experienced you get, well then you can start to show your face on camera if you get comfortable with it.
Very cool. And then for a lot of you guys out there, and that was just great information, Chris. I know a lot of people, they're challenged with English, which is totally fine, because there's a lot of free software out there that will actually just transcribe that right there and then for you, where you don't even have to even talk. I mean, because I know a lot of guys, maybe you're Spanish or maybe you speak a different language, so don't let the language barrier take you from doing this. Don't let being on camera take, because you know what, you have no excuses. Do this now. Jump on this. You know what? By now you have no excuses. So grab this now. I'm telling you, because I just got Chris here. I saw what he had there. I had to get him on here because I wanted to get this for the early bird price, because right now it's very inexpensive. So grab it, use it, and do it. You know what? Thanks a lot, Chris. I'm going to start making some more videos myself. I mean, right now I brought close to 3,000, and I mean, that's the best thing I did. I was a video making machine, so I love taking action. So thanks a lot, Chris. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, James. Thank you for having me on the show.
You too. Later on, man.